Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, an update for you on my Scrag Girls Bitz box challenge. This is a little giveaway stroke competition that he's having on his channel to celebrate 50 subscribers. Now it's fair to say he's now nearly on 100 subscribers, which to be fair is really great, because if he hits 100 subs during the challenge, the prize fund is going up dramatically. So if you haven't subscribed already, please head on over and give him a sub. It's well worth checking out his channel anyway, because he's a really great guy. He has an awesome Star Wars based Imperial Guard army. It looks fantastic, so you should check it out just for that anyway. But yeah, go on over, give him a sub. I'll put a link in the description below. So in the previous video you saw that I had these little bits from the inside of where slaughter bases are joined together, and I was going to use these to make a Necron Minefield. So I've now gone in all these bits and I've cut off the bottom sections and cleaned up this like inside area just on here. Now when they fit on the ground, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this camera angle, but the central circle is nice and flat, but these, like the cross section, is actually slightly off the ground. If I can actually get to show you that or not, probably not, but anyway, I think that's okay, because A, I'm going to have sand and stuff obviously all going around these, and B, I suppose it could be almost the like triggering mechanism for the mine going off. So I did that for all of those there, and then I got myself some pieces of card and I've been working on them. So let me just bring one in, just zoom out. Okay, so I've made some cards up. I've been using the instructions just like in the 4th edition rulebook, which is basically an 8x4 piece of board. That's the rough side they estimate them to be. Now I've decided to make 3 pieces just to give me a little bit more sort of scatter terrain. And as you can see, I've also added a bit of detail to this. So rather than just having like these things on the board, and as you can see I've really marked out where I think they might go. So rather than just having them on the board and they're just like covered in sand, I thought I'd give it a little bit more detail. So I went in with some wall filler, some poly filler, and I laid down, well, what I was hoping would look like sort of a rocky area. I've got like a piece of river terrain, and that's got some rocky patches, so I've tried to duplicate that. So I put some of the plaster on there, used like a little knifey tool just to try and rough it up a bit. Once that had dried, I've covered it in PVA glue, and it's nice and hard now, it's not chipping or anything. And you can see I've got 6 crosses, so I've come up with the idea for these pieces of terrain because I want to make them quite interactive. So rather than just having, oh, I missed that one. Some of these are better than others, to be fair. Some are more bendy than others. Yeah, I've decided I really want to make the piece of terrain very interactive. I don't want to make it so that no one goes on there. And sometimes if you have a piece of terrain which is, you know, too disastrous if anything happens, people just don't use it. It's like I have this Necron Abyss, which is like a little bridge, and if the models go over the bridge, you throw one, they fall into the bridge and they just die, no saves allowed. So I wanted it not to be so drastic, and I thought one way to do that was to make the blast template. I definitely want to have a large blast template. I'm going to use the rules for mysterious objectives where it explodes. So it'll be a strength 4 hit on a large blast template. I thought it'd be really cool to have like an extra safety net for someone to go on there. So my idea is this: if you have men on this piece of terrain, then maybe at the end of the movement phase you roll a dice. Now if you rolled a 1, the mine explodes. But then I thought an extra little twist would be you have to roll a d6 to see which mine explodes. So I've got 6 mines on there. So if you roll the dice, you roll a 1, you then roll the dice again, and you'll just nominate, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you roll a 5, then this one explodes. You centre the template there. So potentially you could have your men walking in this area, and you roll a 1, this one explodes, and it doesn't actually touch your men. So it gives you a sort of less risk factor to losing models going in the piece of terrain. A, you've got to roll a 1, and then B, you've got to roll a d6. It may not even hit you, even if you do roll a 1. And I thought that makes the odds much lower of the piece of terrain actually killing you, but still having that fun factor of the mines potentially exploding. So that was my idea. Let me know what you think about that. But yeah, so like I said, I've done 3 of these. I've done that one. I've done another one which is quite similar to that one you just looked at. And I've done one slightly different. I've gone all out on this one, and I've actually made like a little crater, and the idea is that one of the mines has exploded, and as you can see, I went into my bits box, found some a marine. I think it's actually like a biker marine, because I did those conversions with the Help for Hero bikes, and I didn't use some of the legs and arms, so I just cut them up into bits and put them into place. Now, it's fair to say that I may not necessarily have put the bits in an exact order of what would happen in real life if a mine exploded, but these are Necron mines. I mean, who knows how they work? You know, there might be some sort of phase explosion. So anyway, I'm going to obviously paint that up as blood angels. So there'll be some nice dead blood angels. Now, the next stage, I'm actually going to do some green stuff in the middle here, and around this sort of area, and try to make it look like sort of guts and stuff, basically, of the marine, so I can do some blood for the blood guard effects on it. So it should look pretty cool, hopefully, when it's finished. And of course, I still have the 6 mines on this piece of terrain, so I'll have exactly the same concept as you know, as the others. So that's where I've got up to. So my next stage will literally be to glue these on. I'm going to do some extra sort of effects there, and then I'll prime them, start painting, and then at the end I'll put on the sand and cover everything with sand. So it should look pretty cool, hopefully, when finished. And as I said, having 3 of these should make it quite interesting. We can have like one big minefield, maybe with some little walkways and stuff, or we could have them spread across the table. Okay, so that's it for this update. Thank you very much for watching. Once again, don't forget, check out Scrag's channel. Link is in the description below. Head on over, give him a sub. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.